Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to be diving into the energies and to pick up the messages as it relates to the higher self. What does the higher self wants you to know at this time here? Whenever you find this message, it is the right time, okay? So let's dive in. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here. Your time spent with me is greatly appreciated and it's definitely not taken for granted. So let's get your card here. We're going to be taking one card from this deck and then we dive right in. You hope all is well with you and yours. Yeah? So we have here Direction Guardian. Choose your path. Your higher self is saying choose your path. You have a Direction Guardian. Is it that you're kind of confused as to the way to go? Aren't we all? Aren't we all, Scorpio? You might not be sure at this time, Scorpio, as to the path that you need to take. You might be faced with a lot of options and you just don't want to make a mistake, yeah? So there's an energy of being not too sure as to the way forward. There's a light shining in. I don't know where that is coming from there. Hold on there. Let me block that light. And we're back. So yes, there is some directions that you want, and I'm feeling that your higher self is saying to you, like, it is imperative for you to really take the time to slow down here, Scorpio, so as for you to know what is it that you need to do. Because we all tend to, it's either if we're not busy, we find things to make ourselves busy, and we don't really pay attention to the things that is like an escape mechanism. We try to find things to kind of take our mind or attention from things that we really need to focus on. And what your higher self is saying at this time, it says choose your path. There's a path for you to choose, and you're not too sure about it. There's an energy of uncertainty surrounding this energy here. And this higher self is coming in to give you some clarity as to the way forward. Yeah, some clarity as to the way forward here. Let's get your cards out here. Let's get your cards out here, Scorpio. 3 cards, please, first. Thank you. Okay. So you have the Fool in reverse. Yeah. The Hangman in reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, the Fool speaks about you taking a leap of faith, of you moving forward, regardless of the fact that you don't know what is it, where is it you're going, how is it you're going to accomplish certain things. You're just taking that sort of a leap of faith here. It's in the reverse. The Hangman is also in the reverse. You might be in an energy where it feels comfortable, you're comfortable. Going back to what I was saying just now, we find time to distract ourselves from things that we ourselves from things that we really, issues and situations that we really need to address. We try to avoid them, and avoiding them might have us in a comfortable position, but it's only for a while, because these issues and circumstances that needs to be addressed is going to surface or continue to surface here. Let's get 3 more cards. We need 6 cards out here, so let's get the cards out for you. All right. So you have the Wheel of Fortune to the 7 of Coins to the 5 of Swords here in the reverse. Yeah. Two of Wands. The overall overall energy. Let me get the last card, Scorpio. Last card for Scorpio. Thank you. And that's the Hierophant here in the reverse. It's all right. All right. Okay, Spirit. So the way in which tradition or society has been doing things as it relates to a particular situation that you need some direction about, it's not gonna work that way for you. You're called to do things differently out of the traditional way. If your family usually go about doing things a particular way, you're called to, that is not going to work for you. Yeah? You're called to choose a path that is totally different and out of a traditional way of doing things. That is what they just said to me. Like, I just can't hang up the card them now. Oh no! That is what I just get here. You see what I'm saying here? So for your first row, for your higher self, it's in, you know, it's saying like, listen, the Fool is in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, to the Ace of Cups. So let's dive deeper by clarifying these cards. Let's use this deck here. The Fool card speaks about, you know, yeah, you're kind of stuck in a position that is not serving you, that is not in alignment with you, that is not I'm feeling like this position that you're stuck in, or whatever it is that you're called to make a decision about, is a decision of choosing a path that you're not too sure about, or you're kind of scared about. Yes, Scorpio, you're kind of scared about it. Might be this part that is calling for you to do differently. It's going to cause for you to leave people, places, and things behind. Or it might cause for you to see things from a different perspective, and you really don't want to see things because you're kind of stuck in a thought, in a way of life that really served you, and you feel comfortable in it here, with the Hangman being here in the reverse. You see what I'm saying here? Why the Fool is here? Why this Fool here? You have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Something is not sparking here. Something is not allowing you to make that step. That step is like that initial step that you need to take. Something is not allowing you to take it here. The Knight of Pentacles. Something is very slow. Anything else with this Knight of Wands here for Fool in reverse? Might be the way forward is not clear. The way forward is, of course, is not clear. There's no glimmer of hope here. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles coming in. So this new part, the part that you need to choose, what Spirit, your higher self is saying, which is Spirit too. Your higher self is saying, like, listen, there is something that is not allowing you to take that initial step forward. There's an energy of intimidation, an energy of feeling intimidated or fearful. They want to, it's like they're bringing you an energy of encouragement to reassure you that you taking this path, whatever path that is out of the tradition, is going to afford for you to step into the Ten of Pentacles energy of abundance, of beautiful family dynamics here. You know, so much abundance for us to leave an inheritance for those behind. The Queen of Pentacles for the Hangman in reverse. You're not seeing like this is going to be fruitful for you. This is why you might be a bit fearful. Whatever decision you're called to make or path you're called to take, some of you, it could be a job that you're called to leave, a particular job to go into one, or you're called to leave a job into starting your own business, and you're kind of afraid because you're used to getting the paycheck every weekly or bi-weekly or every month. At least you know, so that sure, you going into your own business now is going to cause for you to be in an energy where you're kind of wondering now, if you can get you're gonna get some money every week, or how much is it you're gonna be able to make every week here. This is the kind of energy here. Anything else with this Queen of Pentacles for the Hangman in reverse? So you might be in a comfortable spot now, but it's still not comfortable here. We have the Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the Death and Rebirth coming in for the Hangman as well. I'm feeling like you're called to, there is some newness wants to come, but you have to put something to an end, to a close. It has to stop. But you feel as if, you know, you, going back to the example of the job, you feel like if you start your own business, you're not going to be able to sustain yourself like how might be able to sustain yourself now, you know, in the 9 to 5, you know, but not as how you would want it to be. And Spirit is saying, listen, there is abundance here if you step forward. And this not only speaks to job, this could be speaking to a relationship, this could be speaking to a part. You might call to leave one country, go into the next country to start over. And like your higher self is saying, yes, this is the part that you're going to take, that might be your father wouldn't take it, or your mother or your sister wouldn't take it, because it's outside of the traditional thing here. Something outside of the tradition. You're putting whatever is outside, that is a way of life or a way of doing things that is not going to work for you. It's just not going to work for you. You're called to do things differently. So you're called to put to end what is it that is not working, so as for you to birth something beautiful here. It's going to cause for some infinite blessings coming in here with this Death and Rebirth energy. You have the Ace of Cups here in the reverse. This Ace of Cups could be speaking about you, same way you still up in your head here, feeling as if things not going to work out with this Ace of Cups here in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse here. You're called to lay down whatever it is that is heavy on your mind here, or do not try to delay you making this decision. I'm getting that. Do not delay delay from making this decision. Do not, because you see, you need to make a decision here as to this new path. It's a new path, but you try to avoid it, and you ask not to avoid it. The Hangman coming again in reverse as it relates to the Ace of Cups. You're not seeing this new path, moving into this new path, as being profitable, as being a progressive, as being as an advancement here, as being in alignment to what is it that you're called to move to at this time. But Spirit, your higher self is saying, yes, it is. Take the chance on self. Might be, what is it that you're called to do? You never seen nobody do it before, and you're kind of reluctant and timid. But you are the one, you are the initiator, you are the one to initiate this new way of life, or this new way of doing something here. Because the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to work out for you here. The wheels are going to be turning in the right trajectory, in the right path. You're going to be turning, prosperity is here. This is an image of Anansi. Anansi was a folklore character in Jamaica. They tell a lot of story about Anansi and Brother Tukuma. Anansi was a very trickster energy. Anansi, like spider, you know. Anansi, let me show you here. He's a very strict. He has a lot of legs here. He was a very tricky character. He tricked people out of their food. He tricked people out of their homes. Like he just tricked people out of everything, you know, because if he is, you know, he's not smart, and trick people out of their things. This is the energy what your higher self is presenting to me now. It's like, do not trick yourself out of what is it that wants to come to you, by you not taking the initiative to take that risk on yourself, and to take that part that is now beckoned onto you to take here. Because I'm hearing that you're clear as to what is it that you need to do, but there's an energy of intimidation, or you're feeling timid, you're feeling intimidated. It's as if you feel like you're going to take on too much. But you're asked not to trick yourself out of this abundance, which is this Wheel of Fortune here, this Ten of Pentacles here that wants to come in. Yeah? See this from a different perspective here. This is what your higher self is saying here. Yes, the wheel of fortune to the star. You see what I'm saying? You cannot make this thing up. You rising in such a way where it's now called for you to see things from a different perspective and to shine so much that you're now clear as to the way forward. And this is what your higher self wants to make you open your eye them. You know I love your Scorpio. Open your big eyes, because Scorpio usually have big eyes. Open your big eyes like mine. Open them so as for you can to see. Say, do not trick yourself out of this, because you're in a hangman position in the reverse here twice, feeling comfortable in an uncomfortable situation here. It's time for you to rebirth here, for time for you to rise. Yeah, the 7 of coins here in the reverse to the 2 of swords here in the reverse. Things are not going to be delayed anymore. Things are going to be moving up speedily. Once you take that, once you choose the path, it says choose your path. Once you choose the path, things are going to be sped up. Things are going to be sped up. The 7 of coins to the 8 of coins. 7, 8. Things are going to be moving into the right trajectory. You see what I'm talking about? Trajectory. Things are going to be moving into sequence. Once you make that first step, you know, Scorpio, things, I just make that first step, then you're going to see where you're going to place your other foot. And then you see where you can play. Things are just going to unfold gradually. Is it sequentially, you know what I'm trying to say? It in stages, sequentially, or whatever. You know the word, yeah, you know it, yeah. So you're doing the work. The work is for you to take that first step here with this 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you have here the 2 of Swords in the reverse. So the 2 of Swords in the upright is like the person has the swords here and they're blinded. They're wondering if should I go left or right. It's like a eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a pillar by its toe. If really, and you kind of try to do that. No, this is a informed. This is the feeling that you know within yourself. Your higher self is telling you that, listen, Scorpio, this is no blindfolded eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing. Open your big eye and see that this is where we are leading you, because this is profitable. You might not see it now with your big eye, but you will see it eventually here. This is it. Yeah, cutting the cards at the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. Things are going to be balanced and reciprocated here for you swiftly. What did I just say about you taking the first step? That things are going to be sped up. There is no more delay. That is what I just said here. You cannot make this thing up. Yeah, Scorpio. I hard on you, Scorpio, because I know say no. I know that you have a lot of potential, and you, Scorpio, you're a hard worker. You work hard and you deserve the best. So you need to move into the right direction and the right path so that you can put all of that energy and work that you always work into the right path. You don't want it in the wrong path. And some of you, you're called to change a path that you might going on, a trajectory that you might have been going on. You finish that now, that done with, that is over. So that might look like a job, that might look like a collaboration, that might look like something where you need to just let go right now, so as for you to go into a different path. So that might look like you relocating. Yeah, that might look like you changing your diet, stop eating fast food and all these things. Yeah, we need, let me just put myself here, we need to stop that. Yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups coming in on the fence for the 2 of Swords. Now, the higher self is saying to you, say, no, when you know clear as to the way forward with this 2 of Swords, because no more blindfold, no more eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you're now clear because it's in the reverse here. The Knight of Cups is you being presented with the way forward. You're presented with the know-how. You're being presented with the steps that you need to make. You're presented with the moves that you need to take. You see what I'm saying? You have here the Four of Wands in the reverse, Justice to the Hierophant here. Now this Four of Wands energy, and not really, this Four of Wands energy, higher self. Why is this Four of Wands? The Four of Wands speaks about contractual agreement, might be marriage or any something like that. To me, something was off balance because it's four wands, and four to me means balance, like the four leg of a chair. Something was off balance here. You're getting justice for that here because you're now moving in the energy of the Hierophant in reverse. You know, you're coming out of the traditional way of doing things and moving. You're creating. How is it that you're called to move? You're working with your higher self, and you too are creating a new path. Not for only yourself, but for others at the end of the day to follow through that same path here. The Four of Wands here. Something off balance is now. It's going to be justice coming in right after that. It's going to be balance. What is this? What is off balance here? The Emperor in the reverse. You need to take up back your authority off balance, Scorpio. Your authority, you taking charge, you putting on the big pants and the big boot and stepping into what is it you need to do, and stop trying to avoid what is it that you need to do. Yeah, opening your big eyes, seeing things for who and what they are, and making that decision to move forward regardless of the fact that you might be doing things different. This is what is off balance. You see what I'm saying? But your justice is here. So this is the part that they're showing you now. Here your higher self is showing you. Yeah, the Four of Cups here to the Four of Swords in reverse. What is this about here for justice? Yeah. So balance back out anything that you might have been. Is that this Four of Cups, you know, she is very, she don't like, you know, it's an energy of being very distasteful energy. You know, an energy that you don't like what you're seeing, you don't like what is being presented to you. You're not happy about it. You're disappointed about about life. You're disappointed about the trajectory. You know, the Four of Swords is what you prayed and asked for here in the reverse. So you might have seen where you might have prayed and asked for certain things in your life that you were distasteful about. It's coming, all of this is coming back into balance. All of this is coming back into balance here. Once you take the right path here, right? Once you choose the right path, and you know the right path to choose here. After this message, you know. Yeah, you know, because you're going to be doing things differently. So whatever it is that you feel like you're confused about as it relates to this direction here, and it says here to choose your path, whatever it is that is going to stretch you and challenge you, that's the path you need to take. The Hierophant. Whatever path that people might demonize you and criticize you and call you crazy, that's the path you need to take. Yeah, whatever, because the traditional way ain't got no more. Yeah, this is what I was saying. You might have going down a path that is no more for you here, which might have been the traditional way. Strength coming in reverse for Hierophant in reverse. You see what I'm saying here? The Ten of Swords. You know, she's moving, she's leaving whatever she needs to leave and moving to something that is more hopeful and more bright. 10 swords in your back mean that you've gone through the ring already. You've gone through a part that, you know, yes, you've been there, you've done that. It's now for something new here moving forward. You see what I'm saying here? The Two of Wands here. She's behind doors here. I almost said behind bars. She's behind window here. She has the globe, the world, globe of the world, and a bus, and she's locked behind this door here, this glass door, so she can't see outside. This is you wanting to take the path. You have the globe here, the world of the globe here of the world with the bus. It's time for you to move forward, man. I'm tired. It's time your higher self is saying, listen, we show you, we tell you through this reading. If you didn't pick up, I hope you pick up what I put, what your higher self put down. I just tell you, whatever part that seems challenging, I tell you, yeah, you cannot say you did not get the message. You got the message. Do not drop it. This is your message, my beautiful divine Scorpio. I'm ending it right here. You know I love you guys so much and I can stay all day with you. But anyways, I've got to go. Thank you so much for being here. Your higher self is rooting for you. Your higher self is giving you clear directives. It says direction, guardian. Choose your path. And the path that you need to choose is not necessarily always the easier path. A part that you're might have to do some work with the 8 of Pentacles, and it will work out all good in your favor. Thank you so much for being here, and please do enjoy the rest of your week.